G'day and welcome to this Australian Open Life. We tell stories and our story is tennis, and the story today is we're doing a score review of the matches that have played out so far at the Bendigo International, the WTA. We're looking at the ladies competition there, the ITF 60 being played up there in Bendigo. Playing in the background, you'll notice, is footage that we published well, pretty much yesterday. The match between Jamie Loeb, the American, defeating the Australian wildcard Catherine Aulia in straight sets, 6-1, 6-2. But we thought we're just experimenting with the type of content we can offer. As you know, for regular listeners, we're a little bit leaning towards the podcast side of things, but we like having the footage playing in the background. So briefly, how this pop-up episode is going to work, just going to be doing score reviews, just to introduce you to some player names. A lot of internationals up in Bendigo looking to get a run into the Australian summer and try and get that spot in the main draw. How this is going to pan out, this episode will go for about 15 minutes, and then we'll stop and remount, and we'll come back with a similar match play review, just going over the scores and the players at the Traralgon International, which we're heading off to tomorrow. And of course overseas, and it's the overseas audiences that we want to cater to, because there's a lot of interest. So there'll be very little information on the screen, in fact next to nothing. You're going to need to listen carefully. So we're going to go from the first round, which started Monday at Bendigo, and just go through to the second round matches. So there's quite a few to get through. The first two rounds of the Bendigo International, we're going to go through them in chronological order. There are some familiar names here. Monday the 3rd of January. So we're halfway through the first round. The next match was a Swiss player. These players were both direct acceptances into the draw. The Swiss player, Connie Perrin, she lost in 3 sets to a Russian, Elena Avanesian. The Russian won 6-3, 3-6, 6-1. 2 more direct entries for the next match. Another Swiss player, another Russian. What are the odds of that? You're both travelling from the same country and playing, your opponents are from the same country. Valeria Savinka and the Swiss player Jana in Albin, the 3rd seed, also going down. So a couple of seeds going down in the first round. The Russian winning 6-2, 6-1. In the background, as I said, is the footage that went up the other day, the feature match that we did a match play review of, and their score is up next. Jamie Loeb, the 8th seed, always in control in this match, direct into the draw against the wild card from New South Wales, the 17-year-old Catherine Aulia, who's entering the final months of her junior career. She's had a bit of international experience in international junior competitions, acquitting herself quite well, but on the day she was just not in the same class as Jamie Loeb, who was well in control, very short points, not too many rallies to speak of, and the American was 6-1, 6-2 in the end against the local. Just coming up to our final 3 games before we get into the second round. A Mexican, Fernanda Cortez Gomez, won in 3 sets against a girl from Paraguay, Veronica Capide-Roigui. Lost the first 6, lost the first set. Fernanda loved 6, and then obviously switched up a gear and won 6-4, 6-3. Another Belarusian, Yaslin Bonaventure, up against an Italian, Federica De Sara, both direct entries, but the Belgian, I beg your pardon, the Belgian, 6-love, 6-3, And the final match in the first round, a qualifier from America, Whitney Osigwe. She was victorious over the second seed. Now, how about that? So that's what those qualifiers and wildcards will be looking for, those sort of results. Whitney was victorious over Rebecca Masarova from Spain, the second seed, 6-3, 7-6. So we've got about 6 or 7 minutes left to go through the second round. I'm just double checking. That I've got the right details here, that I'm not getting too far ahead of myself. So we're going up to the second round and the quarterfinals, which one quarterfinal spot has been filled. Yep, 2. So the second round, we'll quickly go through those. So I'm just going through the screen here, the live the scores for this ITF Women's World Tennis Tour tournament, the ITF 60 at the Bendigo International. The Spaniard, Cristina Buxa, the number 1 seed, went down in the second round to the player from Belarus, Yulia Hutuka. I know she's playing in Adelaide, so she'll be happy with that. The Belarusian won 6-2, 6-4. It was an all-American competition in the second round between Hannah Chang, CoCo Vanderway, the 6th seed, victorious there in 3 sets, 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. The Andorran, Victoria Jimenez Katzeneva. Now that result's not there just yet. So obviously still underway today or tomorrow. She'll be playing Daya Herzelis from Bosnia Herzegovina. The next match, Joanne Zuger, the Swiss player, up against the Dutch player Ariana Hatono. That also hasn't yet taken place. So we'll move on to the winning player from round 1 from Liechtenstein, Kathinka von Dijkman, successful again, beating Alycia Parks 6-1, 6-3. Now that score doesn't surprise me at all, because it seemed to me from a distance that Alycia Parks might not have the mental side of the game worked out yet. She's very down on herself in her body language. It was incredibly, it was very noticeable actually. Not a great result there for Alycia, but the next match, Alina Avnasian from Russia, beating her fellow Russian, Valeria Savinka, in 3 sets, 6-4, 6-7, 6-3. So close run match there. Jamie Loeb, our feature player yesterday, who beat the wild card from New South Wales, the 17-year-old Catherine Aulia. She went down in 2 sets, the 8th seed, to the Mexican Fernanda Contreras Gomez. She went down 3-6, 3-6. And the final match of the second round, Isalian Bonaventure from Belgium. She beat the American Whitney Osigwe in 2 sets, 6-3, 6-1. So going up as far as the quarterfinals, which is where we'll finish up today, because we just want to provide different types of authentic content. So the score update was, it just made sense to provide that we're doing some coverage of these regional tournaments. So why not provide this type of information against the visual footage that we've already got? So we figured why not recycle the footage, because obviously not everyone will know that it was published yesterday. I'd really appreciate your comments, what your thoughts are on this particular style of content. So for the quarterfinals, CoCo Vanderway, the 6th seed, she'll be facing the Belarusian Yulia Hutuka. That match scheduled but not yet played. The entry from Liechtenstein, Kathinka von Dijkman. I think she's I think she's well placed to go through here against the Russian, Alina Evnasian. As I mentioned, I saw Kathinka going through her paces while I was waiting for the match that I had my eye on, and I think she might do all right in that match. And finally, the other quarterfinals. So there's 3 spots filled, and they'll probably run tomorrow, I would say. Tomorrow being Thursday, the 6th of January 2022. The Mexican Fernanda Contreras Gomez, she'll be playing, and she's a qualifier, just remember that. She'll be playing Celine Bonaventura from Belgium. So we'll finish up there. I hope you enjoyed that rundown of scores. We'll pick up the match. You can watch the match between Jamie Loeb and Catherine Aulia, which is on screen at the moment, playing in the background. You can hear the commentary for that match, which was published Tuesday, the 4th of January 2022. That's already gone up. You can see that in its entirety. That's a 35-minute match play review of that match. So we'll wrap it up there. You've been listening to The Bloke Who Walks. This is a special presentation of the Spotlight series, the live score review of the ITF 60 Women's International Tournament in Bendigo. We'll be back in Bendigo covering that tournament on Friday the 7th of January 2022. Tomorrow, Thursday the 6th of January, we're off to Traralgon to get a first look at that tournament. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You've been listening to This Australian Open Life. Bye for now. This Australian Open Life is produced by Wise Words Media and Calumny Films.